Hi, welcome back to the Frugal Homestead. Today we are making tallow soap, and my lovely hubby is going to be helping me because he knows how to make it better than I do.
For those of you who don't know, tallow is just basically rendered fat. This actually is deer fat that we've rendered and then we screened it. Not as clean as you can get it in the way we do it, but we just kind of ran through it. So
it's pretty good. Alright, so you only need actually 3 ingredients. You need water, and you need
lye,
and you need your tallow. But we're also going to use an extra ingredient. We're going to put some green tea in ours today.
That'll just give it some color and some texture to the soap. Now, as far as the lye goes, go to any hardware store, especially like an Ace Hardware, and this is basically drain cleaner. The simplest form of this is drain cleaner.
Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take 3.3 ounces of water. And then you're going to take 1.4 ounces of your lye. You're going to mix them together, but you always want to add your dry to your liquid.
Yep, and when you put this in, you really should be wearing gloves. You should be wearing eye protection, honestly. But it should be in a well-ventilated area because you're going to see the chemical reaction that's going to happen. Okay. So
I'm going to use a wooden spoon to stir it up some.
We're looking for it to clarify or clear up pretty simply.
You can see it's already heating up.
Yeah, you can see the fumes coming off too, so you don't want to have your face stuck down over that. Like we said, you want to be in a well-ventilated area.
I'll let you stir that in a minute. I'm going to get a paper towel so we can lay that spoon on it.
Okay. So, as this heats up, we are at about 140. It's a little higher than we want, but you can see it's clarifying. Now over here, we got our tallow preheated, and it is about at 105. You want the two of these to be as close as possible, and you would like to have them around 100 degrees, but there's room for movement on that. And you can kind of see, I'm not going to mess it because it's hot, but it's starting to clarify out so you can see through it.
So does it cool down some as it clears?
As you clarify it, it should clear down slightly, but it's not going to clear down, cool down a whole lot for a while. Lye is not known for cooling down fast. That's why it's nice because you put it in your pipes and it just eats at it for hours to clean out drains, But at this point, I think we're good enough to go with it. You do want to be careful with all these utensils and wash them good. Lots and lots of water.
All right, so this is 10 ounces of tallow. Make sure we get it all in there.
Yep.
We're going to use the blender.
This is an immersion blender, so it should cut down on the splatter. Easy there.
When should we put in our green tea?
At the end, honey. Now what we're looking for here is a trace. In other words, it'll thicken, and when you draw through it, it'll kind of stand. Best way I can explain it is like after you beat on a brownie mix for a while, it thickens. Alright, so I don't know what was up with it, but it decided to smoke like for 3 seconds and then it ran great. I don't know. So we're at like almost a pudding. We might have taken our trace a little too far. That's on me. My wife's going to go ahead and pour these out in the molds. It took about 8 minutes, wouldn't you say?
I would guess.
8 minutes on low and high, just switching back and forth. So let's get started here. Oh, we got to put our green tea in. That's my bad.
I'm excited about the green tea, as you can tell.
Now, I was going to emulsify it in there, but I think that I'm just going to hand mix it. It's going to add a little bit of tinge of green to it, but it's going to put some abrasive in the soap because our hands get dirty around here. And this is going to be more for kind of exfoliating and cleaning grease and stuff off.
It smells good too.
I like the smell. I think it makes a vast improvement over the basic tallow soap smell.
It's pretty.
And then, so you can see it, and you can see the trace, the way it stands on the end, almost like a batter or a pudding. That's gonna, I took it farther, so it's gonna make it harder for her to pour, but it is what it is. I gotta get our, where did I put our putty knives? That's okay.
They're over there on that table. So we just have some basic molds that we're using, and we're just gonna try and fill them up and smash them down in there.
Yep, I definitely went a little far on it. But that's okay. Oh yeah.
It's going to be nice though.
Yep.
There you go. It's working good.
Okay. Don't be afraid, we can always pour it off the top. Okay. Just a second.
This is much easier to work with than the other soap. Do you want to just...
I don't care how you do it. So you can also take your molds and just kind of drop them once if you're worried about soap bubbles. But as you're going to see, we're not overly worried about anything. We're just having fun with it. We don't care. You're better at spreading than I am. So these are just cheapy molds. You can get them for like $2 or $3 or $4. I believe they're actually candy molds, like chocolate molds. They're silicone molds. You can get them at like Walmart, but Missy ordered just random ones from somewhere out of the country, and they sent us like 10 of these for like $1 or $1.50. I don't know. We kind of think they're supposed to be bananas, but whatever it is, clamshells. But whatever it is, they
we both had different ideas of what they actually were supposed to be. But
it kind of came out nice, so when we did our wood ash soap, it really comes out nice. So you need just a tad more. Now normally we have these putty knives that are exactly the size of these, and we just drag them down it and it works really well.
Right.
But kind of the name of the game was trying to hurry up and get this video filmed because we needed to make this soap, and this just makes it more creative. That's what we'll say.
And honestly, with our soap, we got the molds to make it pretty, but it's more about how it works.
That's right.
Than it is about how pretty it is.
Yep. And this is far from the end of our soap videos. We've got a lot more soaps to show you guys how we make.
I think I'm going to have to put just a little bit in this one.
Yeah, just do these last 3 here. Let me put this over here for you. Yep. Yeah, and I know that we've got to do some vegan soaps too for our friend Gretchen. So we'll be looking for some different ideas and options out there. Now these are going to get covered and sit overnight, and then we will pop them out of the molds, put them on a rack, probably with parchment paper, kind of like this, and we're going to stick them in our wood burner building to speed up the drying process. But they really need to sit for 4 weeks, when you say, honey?
Mm-hmm.
4 weeks just to harden up. They will work just fine using them, but the problem is when they hit soap, if you don't give them time to harden, they break down faster. If you've ever had a bar of soap, you leave it in the soap dish and it's got some water in it, it breaks down fast, that's because that soap was made recently. Whereas older bars, you'll see will last longer because they harden up more.
Because they harden really well.
Yeah. So the longer these get to harden, the better. In a perfect world, 4 weeks. In our wood burner building, 2-3 weeks. They're more than what, ready to go. So we'll get these covered up, get them put away, and then we will be back tomorrow to show you the finished product. Okay, and we're back. Next day, I don't even know. First of all, these look like white chocolate or Oreo white chocolate things to me. It looks like literally you should eat them. That's a concern because little ones might think that they're supposed to eat these. So,
oh, that's true.
Okay, so now's the moment of truth. My wife's going to pop them out and we're going to see how they came out. So as you can see, they're not coming out very hard. The back. There's the front of them.
If you do these that are totally silicone, you can kind of pull the silicone and they loosen up.
And these things, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Can you see the design structure in that? That's amazing that transferred over like that.
Isn't that pretty?
Holy cow, that one's really nice.
Oh, look.
Wow. Okay, so this one has flash on it. And you can usually just bust that off with your finger, or you can take a paring knife and just barely edge it with a paring knife just to smooth that out. But I don't know if you guys can see that. That's crazy. It's got ridges on it. Man, these are awesome.
That's a lot.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to say is when you're doing this, do this over parchment paper for 2 reasons. One, because we're going to end up with these on parchment paper and let them age out in the wood burner building because it heats up out there, real high heat. You can just put these on a shelf anywhere and pretty much just let them sit. But the other thing I have is, in our house we have one of these. If you're a soap maker, you've got one of these somewhere. And if you look inside there, it's just old scraps of soap. So what I'm going to do is, you can see, I'll try and put it up to the screen so you can see it. And there's more there. But that's just the scraps. Alright? You put those in there. I go to the sink to wash my hands when they're really, really nasty. I reach in there, grab some of that soap. It's almost like a soap powder by the time it gets all broke up. And it works out nice.
This just turned out so good.
These are amazing. These look a little more calico.
Yeah, the green tea really did.
The green tea just changes it up. The thing is, a lot of people will break the green tea down to smaller amounts to get the color to come out. And we wanted to do that to a point, but I didn't want to lose the actual graininess of it because it's going to help when you're actually using the soap, if you use it. To be honest, if you take a couple of these and were to get a soap dish and say, I don't know, put it on the back of your toilet or on your sink cup, yeah, a basket, and you can put like potpourri in it and this, I mean, that'd be sharp. That'd look nice. You just have to make sure if you had grandbabies, they didn't try and eat it.
And you can make all different combinations and different ways.
We're going to be bringing you a lot more designs, a lot of different stuff. But these are all coming out really nice. And these little silicone molds, they're pretty good. We're going to be working on getting some bar molds or making some bar molds. But not the big giant bars. I have no interest in making those right now.
These are kind of nice though, because they just pop right out.
Yep.
And you let on like you worked really hard getting them out the last time.
These are a little different than those. But all of them have their own kind of cheetah pattern. We've got a lot of flash on this one. Now if we'd have scraped them with the putty knives, they would have had almost no flash on them, honestly. That's just us not being prepared. And that's pretty normal around our homestead. You know.
We like it to be pretty, but we use it for soap, so it doesn't have to be perfect for us.
This just makes it more fun, is essentially the only difference.
These make nice gifts to make soap baskets.
Yep. And the thing is once they're aged out, they will super harden. I mean, they'll work now, but you can super harden them once they age out, and they'll last for pretty much forever. And they have a decent smell to these. We didn't really try and put any fragrance or anything in them.
But you can smell the green tea.
Yeah, it's there. It's just not... I don't like green tea when you open the packet and actually smell it, but I like how these smell. Now, let's see if I can, without dumping them everywhere, give you guys an idea of what that little batch came out as. I mean, really, you can't complain about that. Those are pretty. I'm not sure that the camera does these justice, because the inlays on these are just crazy. But just one of those things we kind of enjoy doing around the house. We wanted to share it with you guys.
These are kind of like perfect size for a little kid.
Yep. You know what else this is perfect size for? Stick it in your mouth when you say bad words. I'm gonna wash your mouth out with soap. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. You know, we really had fun doing it, and
Yes.
I think that my wife's gonna get addicted now, and she's gonna want to try a whole bunch of different kinds of things.
I was coming up with all kinds of ideas last night.
Yep, she was on it.
I can't wait.
So I'm gonna probably let her take over this and let her run with it, and we'll see what comes out. She's gonna try and outdo my wood ash soap, which if you haven't seen that video, you should go check that out. That's a little different.
That's interesting the way he makes it.
It's a little different than this. It's not as easy as this, but it's definitely going back to primitive skills. So.
Yep. Alrighty, well, thanks for joining us, and I hope that you'll join us in the next ones. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification button.
And we'll see you in the next video.